Buying a historical villa in Tuscany sounds like a dream. A heritage villa with olive groves and beautiful Tuscan landscape around it, even with frescoes maybe. But there's one legal detail that international buyers very often discover too late, and it can cost months of time, a lot of stress, and in some cases, the entire deal. Today I want to explain in very simple terms one of the most common deal breakers when buying a property of cultural interest in Italy and how to avoid wasting time. Italy protects its cultural heritage very seriously. If a property in Italy is classified as of cultural interest, as for example a historical villa or a property that has architectural or artistic value, it is subject to special rules. These rules, of course, don't make the property impossible to buy, but they do change the buying process in ways that international buyers are very often not prepared for. One of the most important rules is something called the state's right of preemption. So, what does a right of preemption actually mean? In very simple terms, this means that before you can actually buy a property of cultural interest or a heritage property, the Italian state has the legal right to step in and buy the property at the same conditions and at the same price you offered. You don't negotiate with the state, you don't bid against the state, you just have to give the legal opportunity to the state to buy the property before you. Only if the state says no, the sale can proceed in your favor. This surprises many buyers because this step happens only after you already have agreed on a price with the seller. So let me break this down and explain this process step by step. So you make an offer for a heritage villa in Italy and the seller accepts it. Everything seems perfect. A preliminary contract is signed and the agreement is also communicated to the Italian authorities. From that moment, the state has a fixed period, usually up to 60 days, to decide whether to exercise its right of preemption. During this time, nothing moves forward. So now there are two possible outcomes. Outcome number one, the state does not exercise its right. The deal continues and you can complete your purchase. Outcome number two, which is rare but possible, the state decides to buy the property at your agreed price. In that case, the seller has to sell to the state and cannot sell to you. So now let's talk about why this can become a serious problem if it's not handled correctly. First of all, timing. Many buyers have travel plans, financing deadlines, or parallel investments. A mandatory waiting period can completely disrupt these plans. Second, expectations. Some buyers emotionally commit too early and are already renovating the property in their head, plan their life in this new property without understanding that the deal is not yet secured. Third, and this is critical, some buyers only discover after signing that the property is subject to preemption. That's when the frustration starts and some buyers walk away entirely. Professional buyers and experienced advisors do three things differently. They verify before making an offer whether the property is subject to cultural heritage restrictions. They structure timelines and deposits in a way that accounts for the preemption period. They emotionally and financially treat the deal as conditional until the state has waived its right. This is not about fear, it is about clarity and control. To be clear, most of the time the state does not exercise its right of preemption. But the risk is not zero. And if you're buying a historical property or heritage villa in Italy, even the tiniest risks deserve a professional handling. The real danger is not the law itself, of course. The real danger is discovering it too late. Buying a heritage historical villa in Tuscany can be an incredible experience. And it can be an extraordinary lifestyle choice. But it has to be done correctly. If you are considering a heritage property, make sure you understand all the legal steps before falling in love with it. Clarity first, emotion second. If you found this helpful, follow for more insights on buying high-end property in Italy and in Tuscany without unpleasant surprises. Grazie for watching, alla prossima!